Gosh, Stephen, we've 14 weeks in the top six and now we're at this stage. I guess, can you kind of pinpoint what's not quite gone right in these past couple of games for you guys?
It's a hard one. We've been reviewing things and looking at things. I think it's just coming down to individual, or not really individual performance, just team performance not being there at the races some games and little mistakes that have let us down. But yeah, it's a tough one to answer because it's disappointing what has happened, but it's still in our hands.
What sort of conversations have been had this week, past couple of weeks? How hard have they been?
Yeah, it's been more eye-opening and seeing what we have to do individually and as a team. But it's one that we've all welcomed and we've been good at, just adapting and being ready. And for me, it's realising that it's still in our hands and it has been the last 5 weeks. So we need to just keep going and push this last game.
Because is there a realisation for you that all of a sudden this could be your last game in Phoenix colours and then that's it? You know?
In a way, yeah, but you can't really think like that. That's a sort of a negative mindset that you don't want to take into a game personally. So yeah, I'm thinking about going out there, doing a job and pushing a run in the finals.
And a win, we're just hearing from Ollie, a win would condition your run into the finals heaps. I mean, how important is a good result? You're going to go out there all guns blazing. Yeah,
it's definitely, I think you take a win into the finals and that's a mindset that flips and you come into finals and it's a completely different ball game. A lot more pressure on the teams above you and things like that. So when we do make finals, it's going to be an interesting battle, whoever we do come up against. But firstly, we've got to get through this game and go from there.
Ollie had kind of mentioned the defence had been a big issue. Do you kind of agree with that? Was that sort of the research, what the stats had shown, that the decline had been because of starting with the defence?
Yeah, you look at the stats, that's probably what it does say, but I think it's a whole team thing. You can't pinpoint issues like that just on one part of the team. Defence starts from the front, as people say. So I think it's everyone involved. We just went a little bit away from being solid defensively and it's hurt us. Obviously the goals we have conceded, it's a large amount, so it's something we need to stop. But yeah, I think it's the whole team in general.
How do you fix that?
Going back to basics for me. It's simple, just defending first and then worry about the ball after. I think that's what we need to do, and teams I've versed in the past, Wellington, they've been hard to break down defensively, and I think that's what we've gone away from the last few weeks, so we need to go back to doing that and being good at it.
Yeah, because why do you think the teams that lacked that defensive intensity against Wanderers?
I think the first goal was a bit of a blow. Took the little bit of momentum out of the game. I thought you give away a scrappy goal and it's hard to take, and then to get back from there. So I think we were just that little step behind. Just getting to players as well in the midfield and up top. So like I said, you can't just blame the back line, it's a whole team collective thing. So I think just the intensity side of things was off.
And how would you like the team to approach that game against Macarthur? Obviously a draw would secure top six, but are you going to go there to try win first of all?
Yeah, I think the boss as well puts out a team that he thinks can win. So I think that's the objective, and if we do win then there's nothing in question. So I think we've got to go out there firing, being high up on the table, prove that, put our best foot forward, and intensity, I think, for me is the biggest thing, to come out, win your tackles, just energy for me.
Yeah, because I guess once the season's over would be off the end of his tenure as well. How's he sort of been in the last 4-5 games? Is he becoming more angry or frustrated? How's he sort of responded to the dip in form?
No, I think it's natural for anyone in a coaching role to be under pressure and a few results. It's what happens in world football. So I think he's been quite good. We've had good meetings and good reviews and talks. So I don't think anything really has changed too much, which is a credit to him. So it's about us just giving him the best results we can as well. At the end of the day, he's put in a lot of effort and work over these 4 years. So if we can send him out on a high, that's what we're going to do.
Have you played finals football before?
Yes, yeah. I've played 2 games, 1 semi and 1 final. Obviously that 1 series, and then we lost to Costa from an offside goal, which still hurts. VAR turned off at the time. That was the first year, so yeah, it was just the 2 finals games, and it was probably the best and worst day of my life.